Alrighty, I'm thinking if I got me a piece of metal and I measured the distance between this point right here and this point right here, and I welded that piece of metal across here, I could roll that back and those 2 points would fit over that piece of metal and that would sit on there pretty firm. And then from that point, I go up here on the front, just put a bar across, just something to support that, and then I could just topple that over on top of this. I need it to be high enough to clear these tires. I think these tires are going to sit inside of it, so I think that would work. And then I can attach my little trailer hitch thing to it, and I can just hook that to the Jeep and drag that out back somewhere and let her sit. Oh, that's a good plan. I think I'll look at this one some more. You know, this looks good here. See that part right there that I'm pointing at? That's the heater channel, and that's the part that bolts up to the bottom of the bug. And just look at it. That looks real nice. This brace is pretty ugly. And in the case of this one, it's that part in the middle that's the ugliest. If you were able to kind of go in there and cut and grind that out and rebuild that box, you kind of got a head start on it right there. So that's not, this car here ain't bad looking as far as being pretty fixable. Pretty fixable, that's what I think. Alright. So, I'll take a measurement and I'll go look through the metal pile. I might go in and have a drink of something cool while I think about it. Because I got everything sitting at a pretty good point here. There's nothing that's demanding that I address it right away. I'll let y'all sit here for a second. Let's just measure. These wheels are about 42 inches. So they would fit in between here. If I got a piece of metal, that's about 48 inches. If I put a 48-inch piece of metal on top of that, that's about there. That should work fine. Those wheels will sit underneath that. And then I can go up in front there and do something kind of similar. You would need to come forward about, what is that? Say about 52 inches. Put it right up in here. I could come back and put it right about where this brace is. Or, what I could do is instead of setting this so far back, I could set this right in the middle here. That way I could get a balance. If I got most of my weight in the middle, like if I set those wheels where they come right about here, I might be able to lift this up by hand and hook it onto that Jeep, and that might ride on there just fine, just like that. So, like I said, let's measure again. And up in here, I think that's going to be about the same, about 48 inches. 48 inches, I got a little wiggle room. Dare I say that? Yep, got a little wiggle room. And down here would be, got my glasses on, but like that would be about 43 inches or so. So if I had 48 inches here and 43 inches here, and then a tongue, wouldn't that be pretty? Alright, I'll go out there and wrestle that tongue out. You know, I pulled it out of the snow, but I left it sitting out there. So I'll wrestle that out and I'll bring it in, and then I'll get me some pieces of metal. I'll put all these jack stands back away and everything. And that gives me a good place to start, don't it? I'll tell y'all this, I had thought this is an idea that I had just had. Even if I didn't have that other car, I wouldn't have any real concerns about fixing this car up. You know, this car ain't bad. I think the other car is better. I suspect I think I did pull a magnet on a bunch of this down in here, and it seemed like I did detect there was some Bondo. Maybe it was in the doors, I'm not sure where it was. But I think just in general that red car is a lot better than this one is. So I think it's going to make a better body. And if it don't, you know, if I get it in here and I don't like it, I'll just use this one instead. I got that as an option. Oh, the joy. Okay. I'll go get my tongue. Get my tongue out of the snow. I gotta go get my tongue out of the snow. I think that tongue is probably just about as heavy as that car.